Hey, it's Vanessa, the Crafty Gemini. I post weekly how-to video tutorials right here on YouTube, and in this video, I'm teaching you how to make fleece ear warmers with a bow. We're starting off with a piece of fleece here, which is great for ear warmers. It measures 5.5 inches this way and 24.5 inches this way. And you can keep it as a whole strip, but I'm going to taper off the ends, so I'm going to show you how to trim that down. We're going to fold this over lengthwise. Then I'm going to take some tailor's chalk and with a ruler measure 6 inches in from the cut edge, okay? And then do the same thing on the top edge, 6 inches in. And this is just going to be my guide as far as how far I want to taper in the edges, okay? And this is going to be very freehand. So I'm just going to take my rotary cutter and take a little bit of a curve like this. And then to make sure that you get it symmetrical so it matches on the other side, take what you cut away, flip it on itself. So I'll show you again. Take what you cut, flip it on itself, and match up the tip at the bottom with the mark you made. And then just follow the edge of it as your template. And that way you know that you've cut away the exact same amount on both sides. When you open it up, it should look like this, so it's starting to take shape. Now you want to flip it so that the ugly side or the wrong side of the fabric is facing up, and fleece is going to curl towards the wrong side, so you can always test it by doing that. And you're going to fold in the outer edges about 1/4 inch in and stitch them down with a straight stitch all the way around. Once you're done with one side, just flip it over and repeat the same thing on the other edge. Then you need to stitch under the raw short edges and just turn it in about 1/4 inch and stitch that down as well on both ends. So here are all the edges stitched up. Flip it over. This is what it looks like plain. You can leave it like this or embellish it with a bow, and we'll get to that in a bit. But let's do the closure first. So obviously one end is going to overlap the other, so we need to figure out where the buttonhole needs to be and where the button goes. Grab a button, a hand sewing needle, and some thread. I'm using embroidery floss because it's a little bit thicker. And so for taking on and off a button like this, I just want it to be a little sturdier. I also keep a bin of craft buttons around that I can use for all kinds of projects. So I'm going to go with a pop of this turquoise color here. Then use your basic hand sewing skills and stitch that button right into place. It won't matter which end you sew the button to, just know that whichever one has the buttonhole will be the one on top. Okay, now that that's stitched into place, let's make our buttonhole on the other end. I take my tailor's chalk and make a mark a little bit smaller than my button, and we're going to go to the sewing machine and zigzag stitch all the way around it. You want it a little smaller because it's going to stretch once we put the button into it. So zigzag stitch, choose a small zigzag, and stitch real close and around the mark that you made. And then carefully take your scissors and cut a little incision in the middle. And I like to go back to and bend it and fold it up like that and just get rid of those little ragged edges. Make sure you don't cut into your stitches. Now if you want to keep it plain, it's ready to wear now. But if you want to add the bow embellishment, let me show you how. For the bow, cut a piece that measures 5 inches by 10.5 inches and a smaller one that measures just 2 inches by 3.5 inches. Then find the right and wrong side of your fabric by tugging on both sides, and whichever one stretches the most, tug on the edge, and the edge will curl towards the wrong side. So if this is the wrong side, the back is the pretty. Lay your fabric with the pretty side facing up and fold it in half lengthwise. You're going to straight stitch straight down that edge. The same thing with this one. This is the stretchiest side. I can see it's curling this way. So I'm going to flip it over so the pretty side is face up and fold it in half lengthwise. Again, on that short edge, straight stitch all the way down, about 1/4 inch seam allowance on both. Once they're sewn up, flip them right side out so the seam is centered in the middle, and then do that to both. And the big one, you want to roll it up nice and tightly, and you're going to stuff it in the smaller one so it ends up in the middle. Take your time and adjust the bow till you get it just right, and all you have to do is hand stitch it right where you want it. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. If you did, hit it with the thumbs up below, share it across the different social media sites. Remember to upload pictures to my Facebook page too, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!